just finished another good week of training. It's nice to train on Fridays because when you train on Fridays, those are the days that champions train. Anyways, I was thinking about jiu-jitsu, thinking about wrestling, and I think there's a really good approach. Think of it as problem solving. So let's say you get stuck in a certain position. You have approach that as a problem and think about how you're going to solve that problem. So dissect it. I'm in this position. I want to end up here. How am I going to go from A to B? What's the path that I'm going to take? What's the path that's potentially going to work? And good ways to do that is to think of all the factors that are involved within that problem. So the first problem is maybe let's take a look at the spider guard, right? So the first problem, then you have spider guard on your bicep and another one on your bicep, and you can't get through it. So let's clear one, right? If you can clear one and keep it cleared, then let's clear the other one. If you can clear both, now you're in a good position to pass the guard. But let's say it keeps coming back in, or they're switching. If you get one out, then they come in with the De La Hiva hook, or things start changing. Be aware of how the problem changes. So part of problem solving is helping yourself understand what the problem is, what are the factors, and then as you're solving it, or as you maybe bring that solution to the table, and you encounter new problems, you have to go back to the problem solving again. And I really think it's something that you have to do. You have to think. You have to do it on yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to take care of it for you. You are the one that has to make the decision to go through and to follow through with it. A good example, let's see. I just had it and it's kind of slipped my mind. So we talked about being good problem solvers, working through to find a solution, and then the next thing is I lost track. Problem solving. Sorry, I'm talking off the top of my head, and after training, I'm thinking about stuff. Oh, here we go. I was talking about training, and it came back to me. But so a good time that I start to problem solve is in between the rounds. So let's say you're going to do 3 10-minute rounds, and you're not going to go back to back to back with no break most of the time. Let's say you have 2 or 3 minutes to stand up, walk around, catch your breath, fix your uniform or whatever you're wearing. And in that time, I take it as a time to address or to think of the problems that I encountered, and then I try and find solutions while I'm working on it. And sometimes I already know the solution, but sometimes it's a new problem that I've never encountered before. And that's when you have to maybe seek some help, or you have to really think in detail. You should maybe make a mental note to revisit that because you can't come up with a solution. But most of the time, you can process through and think of the problems that you encountered in your training rounds, and then revisit them, when you're drilling it later, just to confirm that how you're addressing the problem, the solution that you come up with is actually viable. But yeah, so I try and maximize the amount of time that I have training, because we all have a busy schedule. We're all busy. We're all trying to get as much done with the time that we have to spend to train. And my big thing, I think a big thing that helps me is in between each training round, whatever happened, just happened. I reflect back on it. I find the problems and I try and think of a solution. If I can't think of solutions, I might even ask that person after that round, hey, what was going on here? What were you doing to me? Why couldn't I get out of it? And sometimes people are, if you have a good teammate, they're going to just tell you the answer, because they want you to try it, and they want you to try and beat them there, so that they can they can create a problem for themselves and then have a new solution. And I like that. That's when you know you have good teammates. So, anyways, address things as problems. Think of them as a problem and an opportunity to think through it. You have to be smart. You have to be thoughtful and intentional, and you have to find solutions. It's not just a matter of training harder or being tougher. It's about thinking about realizing what the problems are and figuring out what the solution is, and then applying those solutions. I think the best time to do it is right away. Don't wait till the end. Don't wait till the end to reflect back on all your different rounds. So many things happen after each match, after each training practice, each round that you do. Kind of make a quick evaluation of the positions. Not a I won or I lost, but what happened, right? This happened and this happened and this happened. Oh, okay, this is where I got stuck. I need to work on this thing here. I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. My goal is to help you guys become more, help you guys be the best that you can be. I'll see you guys on the mat.